when you go to shift from A to B to C to D, just push the stop lever.
That's a clutch.
Instead of the clutch. Yeah.
Just because I'm old-fashioned, push the clutch in. Let's put her into C for now.
Oh,
Yeah.
so much power! You gotta put it forward.
Oh, it's got the left-hand reverser on it.
They all do. Oh!
Woo!
Yeah, that would look awesome. You want to shove down a little bit. You're in C4. Tractor doesn't really seem to like that.
How about now?
How do you like me now?
Just the steering wheel. There we go. Much better.
Just a tall people.
Woo!
Pretty snappy.
Well, I figured that they're coming to pick the 6175M up tomorrow with the loader on it. So, figured what the heck, might as well take it for a spin because I didn't get to that first night.
Or the next day.
Or the next day. Or the next day.
Then they made the mistake of trusting us with it for another day.
Yeah, pretty much. This tractor does have DEF. This tractor is a larger frame size than, say, a 6115M. I mean, I'm not crazy about the fact that there's a loader on it. For a tractor that's 175 horsepower, it's kind of higher on that spectrum. Most people would probably say it's perfect size for it. The advantage there is that you can take off the loader and you have a wider range of uses that you can use it for. But, I don't know.
We won't be making this hay again, so it's going to be growing all the way up until our first frost.
Yeah.
Oh, and for our viewers, this alfalfa field was cut a day ago today.
A day ago?
Or a week ago.
A week ago today. It seems like a pretty nice tractor, I think. I'm going to get out and watch you go spin around.
Yeah. One thing I do like though,
it reminds me of the 74. It really does.
Actually, yeah,
oh, that's weird. What is
that
for?
is a pop cooler.
Huh?
So you put a can
Are you
of pop,
kidding me?
You put a can of pop in there and you run the air conditioning and it cools it for you.
Dude.
They had those all the way back to the 20 series.
Really?
The 7520, I remember right when I was looking at those. I remember it had it. I thought that was just so cool.
That's pretty slick.
It'd make you reconsider getting off pop, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I can't. My tractor is doing it for me.
Loader handles completely adjustable.
You realize that it's a high-low on your loader, right?
Yep. As well as the bucket balancing.
I never really got into that with the skid steers.
I don't know. I kind of think it's cool. Hit it again, and
I wasn't doing it.
You can't really turn it off, can you?
It might not be an option on this machine.
Might not be. This is one of those machines that I wish we could have to demo, because we could get into a lot of trouble with this thing. Well, that was quick. Raise me up, Scotty. It's gonna raise me out over the corn. At least the corn's looking great. Now, there's two things on my to-do list in terms of things for the farm. A, skid loader. B, tractor. Optionally with a loader. I mean, I do like it. Would I buy something like this? Yeah. Being that it is an M series, which I've been told stands for utility, I think that a tractor like this would have a very good place on the farm. This is actually a really smooth ride. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I think it's actually more smooth than the buddy seat in the tractor. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that I would much rather play around with a brand new tractor for 20 minutes as compared to going to a theme park for a day, because honestly, this is good enough for me. It's just as good as a theme park ride. Even better. If I was gonna get a tractor with a loader on it, honestly, I would prefer it to be under 140 horse. Mostly because if you're gonna be getting a tractor with that high a horsepower, you're gonna be using it for a lot of utility work. And unless you really need the versatility, which, to be perfectly honest, honestly, there is no such thing as too much horsepower when you're working on a farm. But I think this is like the highest horsepower that I would go if I'd get a tractor with a loader on it, because I've seen a lot of those tractors that are over 200 horse with loaders on them, and I think some of them like look ridiculous if you ask me, because I've seen product catalogs with some tractors. I'm not just talking about John Deere, but some of the tractors. Some tractors have duals on them with a loader, and to me it's just weird. But if you're going to be getting a tractor with that much horsepower, you might as well just be leaving it to doing a lot of heavy tillage work or something like that, and just get a smaller tractor with a loader, because how much would you really want to be using that higher horsepower tractor for a lot of utility work and putting those hours on it, if a smaller tractor would do the same amount of work for a lesser price? Because the higher horsepower tractor you get, the higher the cost will be to operate, not only just in fuel but also because of depreciation over time with all those hours on it. And yeah, I can't believe how smooth this ride is in the loader. Now, this tractor does not have a screen in it. I'm led to believe that the 6R tractors do have a green star display in it already. However, I have noticed that there is a GPS mount on the top of the cab. And I'm sure you can mount a monitor on the corner post if you really need to. This tractor just reminds me of the 7400 so much. I can remember back when the new 8R series, before this 8R series came out, I knew someone back when I was in high school, and they were contacted by Deere when it was still being drawn up and it was still being conceptualized. And I was shown a picture of the prototype 8R, and I was just blown away by it. And I love the looks of the headlights and the front grille. I don't know, I really like them. Now the auto bucket leveling on this makes sure that the bucket stays at the same pitch. So typically on a loader, what will happen is you raise and lower it. The bucket will have a tendency to, let's say you have it arched all the way back when it's down low and you want to lift something up for some reason. Now if you don't compensate for the tilt yourself, what you'll end up doing is, let's say you have a bale loaded on pallet tines and you don't compensate to drop it down, you're trying to get it up really high. What'll happen is the bale will lift up until it gets to the point where it'll pretty much just roll back on the tractor. So that's where the leveling comes in handy. I mean, it also reduces your fatigue because you're not constantly trying to compensate. If you want to lift it up, and that way it maintains the same pitch. Travis is getting used to the left-hand reverser. Put her in there in the shed for tonight. Motor's just so quiet too. What'd you think?
It's a nice tractor. It's a nice loader tractor. I think it'd be nice for like doing chores.
See, that's the thing. If you're doing something like chores, you really don't need 175 horse. Unless you're doing some pretty heavy applications, but
that's the kind of stuff we can't put on camera.
Yeah, 140 horse would be, or they have a 6145 that I think would be better suited for an application like that.
But the 7400 was what, 115 horse?
What did it dyno at?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
But to be fair, I'd rather have too much horse than not enough.
Yep.
Unless you're really seeing it on your fuel tank and your amount of fuel you're going through. What's another 30 horse? Is it really costing you that much to have that?
Well, it might make a difference in the price of the tractor.
Yeah. So how long do you want it? Because generally a rule of thumb around here is if it's a chore tractor, usually it's making hay.
Yep.
175 horse on the disc bind would be nice. 175 horse in the round baler in some spots would be nice. I'd say we could use it to rake. This is way too underpowered to rake.
Overkill is underrated.
Yeah.
So I'd like to extend a thank you to Sloan Implement for bringing down the 6175M for the farm day, as well as the Deere skid loaders that they brought down. I'd also like to thank Vesperman Farms for bringing down the shuttle that we use to move people back and forth from the farm out to the field. I'd also like to thank Carl F. Stott and Sons for bringing down their skid loaders and the tractors, and one of the tractors that we used to pull the shuttle around with. That was a big help as well, and it wasn't too large of a tractor. It kind of fit the shuttle just perfectly. I'd also like to thank Rhino Ag for bringing down their single spindle mower and setting up a display at the farm day, and just setting up around all of our Rhino equipment. And I'd also like to thank WS Ag for bringing down their custom applicator they had allowed people to climb up into, and they also brought a semi as well that they had at the farm day with an AgriGold trailer on it. And last but not least, I would also like to say thank you to Royal Bank for helping us with admissions. John from Royal Bank came down and he helped with admissions and helped make sure that everybody got in that was supposed to get in, and just kind of volunteered to help with the farm day. I'd like to thank everybody that helped us with the farm day. It would not have been a success without as many people that helped as did. It was definitely a huge help in making things a success. So I just wanted to say thank you to our sponsors and as well as the people who helped for the farm day. And once again, because I cannot stress enough how important those people and things were important to the success of the farm day. See how high this baby goes. As far as it goes. Oh, wow. I am at the same height as the shed. And the tractor isn't even right up next to the shed. So if we were like over, right next to it, I could easily just step right out over it. I'd probably be stepping down onto the roof of the shed. That's how high this thing can go. And from here, I'm actually pretty on level with the roof of the 10,000 bushel bin. Anyway, that's about it for this video, guys. I just wanted to cover this tractor a little bit, you know, just talk about it. I mean, it's here. Figured we might as well take it for a spin. But yeah, to be perfectly honest, I like it, but you don't really know something until you get to try one out and demo it. So I won't know more, but so far it's got a pretty good impression on me. And this is the first time I've actually had any real experience around an M-Series tractor. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out all of our other videos. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. All how farms work. And I'll see you next time. This video is Kistner created, OSHA approved.